Hello, hello. Good morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you are. If you're a dev, doesn't really matter anyway. I'm Nathan James. Let's skip the foreplay. We'll get right into the tech changes and improvements that have come out recently or are on their way. So starting with Leap. Leap 5.0 RC2 was released on around October 11th and is being rigorously tested by the community. It includes significant improvements like the new crypto primitives, BLS signatures, which once enabled will open up new possibilities. EOS Virtual Machine Optimized Compiler, better known as EOS VM OC, on by default now for system contracts, which will improve performance for system actions and EOS token transfers. In layman's terms, this means we'll get more throughput for all of the stuff that we usually do quite often. There are various other optimizations and improvements that allow for larger transactions, better memory management and multi-threading, as well as a new mode for managing state databases, which it looks like some people are already putting into good use. The throughput for read-only transactions has also increased due to better multi-threading. This means for API providers, the read-only transactions are now more efficient, which saves costs and also allows more read-only transactions to be processed in the same time, which is excellent for developers since these are free transactions that allow you to do some processing of on-chain data that can be returned through the new action results. So you can return these from the actual chain to your front-end application or backends, as long as you don't save anything onto the chain during the transaction. So you can't do anything like saving state or modifying state. This is similar to view functions on EVM chains, which is widely used in other larger Web3 ecosystem, and has been sorely lacking in Antelope for quite a long time. So very good to see this stuff. Deferred transactions have also been removed from Leap 5, which frees up additional processing power for normal transactions. On the EOS mainnet, this is already turned off. The node operators have changed their configurations to stop processing the deferred transactions, but this software change does the same in a better and more efficient way. RC3, which is the successor, of course, to RC2, RC meaning release candidate, is already being worked on, and after identifying some needed changes for stability, hardening, and other various improvements, is very, very close to release. Some APIs, in fact, are already running this on the EOS mainnet already. On to the EVM. So on the EVM side, we have multiple improvements that came out recently as well. The ability to bridge over non-EOS tokens was open to the public, and we are slowly opening the gates. There are already 4 tokens that have been added and more that are scheduled. You can already move these across the VMs using the bridge at bridge.evm.eosnetwork.com. And if you have a token that you would like to be able to bridge and haven't already talked to us, please reach out to us so that we can add you to a future round of additions. Though we're hoping that this manual process doesn't last long, as we're working on a way to automate the process, but it needs some development work to make sure that it's done in a safe and secure way. Another wonderful thing that's coming out, very close to my heart actually, is WebSocket support for EVM, which is almost here and has been one thing that has been asked a lot about from EOS EVM developers quite often. This opens up the ability to listen to events that can be emitted from smart contracts and moves EOS EVM from requiring polling to being able to subscribe to changes in smart contracts. This is very much an expectation of Solidity developers, and I've been wanting to use it myself. It's just not there. Now it'll be there. You don't have to do anything yourself. Once it's enabled on nodes, it'll just work as is. The EVM team is also doing work that is required for something called hard fork support, such as the London hard fork, which adds the ability to order transactions by fees. And eventually this continuous hard fork support will enable account abstraction and everything that comes in between those hard forks. We've also pulled upstream changes from Block Scout, which is the explorer we use for EOS EVM. And it has a lot of UI changes that make the Explorer much more modern, nicer to look at. And as you can see from the screenshot on the screen, it is way better than what we have right now, looking beautiful. In the community side, Now Nodes, which is a part of this larger Now Everything Now, they have released a guide for using RPCs to develop applications on EOS using their API nodes and Hyperion history nodes. This is kind of a pay-as-you-go service, SaaS model, with a free tier of up to 100,000 requests per month and scaling up to unlimited at 400 euros a month. Excellent service. Really happy to see something which is a pay-as-you-go model. It's definitely something that's been needed. The Crypto Alliance team that manages the Jungle testnet has updated their front end, and it looks fantastic. This gives EOS and Antelope developers a much better testing experience, which helps keep new developers in the ecosystem. And for developers like me that are old farts in the ecosystem, well, it's just nice to see something new. Pomelo has released bounties into beta. Bounties is a way to sponsor work on a GitHub repo. You can create a ticket on GitHub and then assign a price to completing it on Pomelo so that you can decentralize the work done on projects. This is a seriously cool way to get work done on open source projects, and I'm definitely going to use it myself in the future. And finally, we have Pinax supporting Firehose and substreams for EOS and Wax. You now have the ability to get fast and reliable access to blockchain data in seconds. This is the succession, from what I understand, to Defuse and all of that, and it's going to be very, very cool. I'm very excited about it. That's it for the tech updates from this month. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you soon.